of Health Unscripted with Dr. D. I am Dr. Ashley Dwyer, and today I am joined by Matthew Williams of FroPro.
Let's go.
Woo! Matt, first of all, I want everyone to kind of get to know what you do. So obviously you run FroPro. If you haven't had FroPro, go to your nearest Whole Foods, gym, all the things.
Gyms, juice bars, coffee houses, pretty much anything in the Florida area. If you're outside of Florida, you could go to our website, FroPro.com, GoFroPro.com, or if you're an Amazon shopper, you can find us on Amazon as well.
You are everywhere, and I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Absolutely.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well.
Cool.
And then he has his own podcast. I was actually a guest. Oh my gosh, what year was that?
It was a couple of years ago.
It was like 2020. Or was it pandemic times? Right after?
Yeah, I feel
2021?
No, it was right before though.
I don't know.
Because we were in a different space in this building. We're in the back of one. I think it was pre-pandemic.
Honestly, all the years are blending together, so I couldn't even tell you.
It feels like a couple of years ago.
It does.
It was definitely a couple of years ago.
But he has his own podcast, Wake Up the Sun, so go check that out. So yeah, I'm going to turn it over to you just to give everyone like kind of an intro.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so grateful that you're coming here. I know, obviously, you did your announcement, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, I have to,
my moving announcement.
Right. I had to get one more podcast with you, and always enjoyed, and you helped me a great deal, obviously, with my journeys on the Ironman training and the different races that I was doing, and always hire a professional, right? Always hire a coach. I think that's
You're gonna make me blush on my own podcast.
Well, it was a great help for me because I thought I was doing what I needed to be doing for my own experience, and was sorely mistaken. So again, kudos to you. Thank you very much. And that's why I think when you came on the show, I was like, can I hire you? And I think even at that time you were super busy. And
oh yeah, I mean,
you took me on though. You didn't pass me off to one of your awesome coaches.
So what year did you run the Ironman?
I honestly can't remember. I really don't remember. Like you said, all the years blend
This is
together,
horrible.
But I don't remember. But thank you, as always. And about us, here we are in Boca Raton, Florida. We're in FroPro HQ 2. Next door is the gym and all the stuff that we started back in 2018. It's a peanut butter snack bar. It's organic peanut butter, plant-based protein, gluten-free oats, honey, and cinnamon. And then we call them, in the CPG space, inclusions, like the freeze-dried banana, the freeze-dried strawberries, the freeze-dried raspberries for the different flavors. It was just a thing I created for fun, kind of to start over when I started over my life and started doing some things that I never thought I'd be doing, in addition to kind of figuring out my shit. And
I love it.
It was really great. It was a nice opportunity for me to try something new, and then have some people that, I didn't really believe in myself a lot at that time. And I had a lot of people that were like, hey man, why don't you try this? Or hey, this is great, maybe you should think about doing this. So I had a lot of support, and I had a lot of guidance, and I think that's extremely important. And I did even have people that poked holes in it just to challenge me.
Oh, of course, always.
Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But people that are like, oh dude, a refrigerated bar in Florida, what are you, crazy? I'm like, yeah, but doesn't that taste good? It's hot out.
Yeah, you want something refreshing, right?
Yeah, and truth be told, I can eat leftovers cold. I'm a cold eater guy, I'm good with that.
We're the same. Food is fuel almost sometimes.
And just power it down. So it started once I started it, it kind of just blossomed and took off, and people gave me chances, and a couple stores here, there, and then we had a great connection, through my wife Chelsea, who, who, funny story, went to camp with this gal, and she reached out when Whole Foods is still small and not, global, Amazon partner, and she's like, hey, I'm in marketing at Whole Foods, you should come in. And we kind of laughed, hey, we're wrapped in saran wrap / small pouches at the time, and we went down that journey. It took a year. It took a year to get from where we were to being allowed on the shelves, and we got in, and the rest is kind of history. We went from 4 stores in Palm Beach County for a couple of years, 2 years, and then we expanded, and that was we did 4 flavors, and then we went to Broward County, and then they opened up the whole state. And we're trying, like I said, obviously COVID set back a lot of people, and no excuse, but we've demonstrated the numbers, we've demonstrated, everything that they were looking for a product to be launched in another region. Because once you get one region, Florida's its own region because it's huge. Once you get one or two regions, you can be considered a global partner, aka the entire nation.
See, I'm already learning.
So it's been a cool journey, and we've grown so much. We have a kick-ass team here, people that come in and part-time help out, but you know, my wife is a CEO. We have an amazing director of operations, Emily, that started with us during the pandemic.
Yeah.
I've known her since middle school. We had a great marketing company and someone that came from there, and she started January 1, Danny. And then we have some great people that kind of came aboard more so as mentors in the beginning, and now are part of the business. And we're super grateful for it. And you know, FroPro is doing well, and it's always been a community and kind of effort of a lot of people.
So that's one thing so we just glossed over a bunch right now, because I'm like, let me dive into little parts there, because you even ran over real quick and not that I forgot that we worked together, but training for your, was it half or full?
It was a half-ironman.
Okay, half-ironman. And Matt is someone, like, I love that you mentioned something about how, like, you didn't trust yourself or didn't believe in yourself to, like, do this. And I'm like, what? The Matt that I know? Like, you're 0 to 100 when you decide you're going to do something, you do it, which is the half-Ironman, right? Like, not many can even complete a regular, like...
Well, I think it's a sickness. Like, it's a crazy race, and when you think about it, and someone said it to me, and it never put it that way. They're like, so basically what you're saying, and this is for the half, is you're saying you're signing up to work out for 6 to 7 hours straight.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I don't want to think of it like that.
No.
Because it's the swim is intense, and I love swimming. The
biking.
I was always down with running, because like that was my thing for a while, marathons. I
hate running.
And I'm with you. And then the cycling was just so unsettling, because like it's just not comfortable for me. I don't feel comfortable sitting on a bike.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, you know, like not my favorite. And
my coach will joke TRT will solve that.
Right. And literally, it's just one of those things. Jumping on the bike down here is nice because it's flat, but it's fun to train down here. There's a ton of pools. Obviously, we have a huge ocean. And it's one of those things. But I think anybody approaching doing something like that, or some form of sprint or Olympic or all the other different kind of tries, should hire somebody like you, or that can program their kind of training, nutrition and recovery, because it's super important. And I was I thought I was doing everything right, and you were like, you're not eating enough, you're not doing enough. And I remember running, I don't say the heaviest, but I was thick, and even I was like.
I mean, you've always been in shape though.
Right, but I was like when I did the last race before I got really sick with that crazy sickness pandemic thing, I remember looking at photos. I was like, man, I didn't feel the way my photos looked, and I felt like full. But I was like, all right, it's time to dial it back, because I was, you're eating a lot, and because you're expending so many calories.
And that was one of the things for anyone listening who does like extreme sports. Even if we have women who want to come in and run marathons, we're like, we need to up your carbs. Like depending on the day, we need to up your intake, up your fuel, because I don't want you feeling like crap. And even though for them, weight loss is still the goal. Like for you, it's performance, right? Like we want to get through this race. We want to do it. We want to feel good.
Sure.
Not die on the sidelines.
Correct.
But that was a fun 12 weeks, and then
uncomfortable.
Killed it
because the accountability is huge, and I think when it's like you have to send somebody a picture of yourself, and you have to answer the questions, and hopefully you answer them truthfully. There was a couple times I was like not to be inappropriate. I was like, fuck this. I was like, I was like, fuck her. Like, I don't want to do this. But it helped me, because again, I was in here in the mornings and taking my photos and doing things. And if I had, death by pizza, the weekend, and just completely indulged in some crappy food, I was like, felt bad about it.
Yeah.
Got over it real
I
quickly,
understand that.
I can't sit in that too long. But it was very helpful.
That's awesome. Well, still very proud of you for that. And then all of the business, I've gotten to personally witness the growth of FroPro and the changing, even the packaging. I'm looking at the one on the desk right now.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's different.
That's actually a mistake. That's
Really?
2 bars got wrapped in one. So.
Ooh, twins.
There's a twin package situation at the cacao when we wrapped cacao up. So.
That's awesome.
It can happen. So we can't obviously put that out because.
So,
excited.
Yeah, well, that'd be a lucky one.
Yeah.
So we have a business. You're fit. You have a gym. You do all the things. So originally, we wanted to do this podcast because Matt we like to stir up some controversy in the health and fitness space.
Correct.
So we're gonna do that as well. We're gonna get into that real soon.
Yeah.
But I also want people to know, because you're obviously super busy, but you take your health and fitness very seriously. So where do you find the time, or how do you find the time?
Yeah. Again. Great question, and I everybody that says again great question always feels like they're stalling, but it is true. I think about all the podcasts I've done, and it's a priority, right? Like I can't tell you how many people I've had on the show, and I think I've done like 27 episodes. And when you get into routine,
Dang.
when you get into like routine, rituals, and consistency from people all across the board, whether they're fit or not, and most successful people, this is going to sound maybe a stirring of the pot already, but most successful people have a routine, a fitness routine, and if they don't, it's even to, hey, like go for a walk, do something where you move your body, whatever it is. So I think the biggest thing for me, I've always, it's tough for me to sit still. I've always been active. I was too hyperactive as a young kid to play any of those youth sports because I was like, like squirrel, and I would be all over the place, and I wanted to go catch an animal, and they're like,
I feel like you need tennis.
They're like, dude, you're playing a baseball game, and like I was like worried about like trying to go catch snakes and like jump in a river, and
outfield's not for you.
Yeah, so always been active, and I think getting sober and having that outlet was huge for me because my mind is always like this. And lately, one of the biggest things, in addition to the fitness and the cold, going into the ice barrel.
You're a fan of the cold plunge,
right,
for sure.
I'm a big fan of that, like the sauna, and that's more recent because someone else put me onto that. But I think even I've gotten so much better, and this is a big struggle for me with meditation and breathing. And following, and like I like a guided breathing app. Some people don't like those.
I like those too. Yeah.
I love a guided breathing app.
Because I'll be squirrel thoughts if I sit there by myself.
And it's like just talking me through it. Breath holds, 35 breaths, then a hold, then a deep breath, and repeat. And a combination of so many things makes me feel good, right? And again, I always try to be aware and conscious of not beating myself up if I miss it or if I have something else going on, but finding the time to do it during the day. I love doing everything in the morning prior to my day starting because if I don't and there's things that come up, I don't want to rush from this to that to this to that where it's like, hey, I woke up, I did, drank my water, I did my prayers, my meditations, my journaling, I drank my morning drink, which you know what that is, and it's a combination of vitamins and everything like that, and then I have my caffeine an hour and a half after.
Yeah.
And eat my food. But it's funny, you actually said something on one of your recent Instagram posts where sometimes I do it, but usually I have like a little, like 11 or 12 o'clock Celsius type of deal with caffeine, but I always make sure to eat prior.
Food before caffeine.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the morning, it's like I have my drink, and sometimes I'll have my overnight oats or something, but it's usually coffee an hour and a half after I wake up because it works for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
That's what most should do, is 60 to 90 minutes after waking.
I don't know if it's wrecking my gut because like I don't have food in there yet, but sometimes I just don't want to eat until, I'm up at like 4:15. I don't want to eat until like 7:38, and I have my coffee before that.
You're up so early.
Yes.
What time do you go to bed?
We aim to wind down. Like we're perfect for living in Florida. We're like senior citizens. Sometimes we eat dinner at like 5:30.
Love it.
We go for a walk, and I usually don't have anything in like water or anything until up until about 7. So I say like if latest I'm falling asleep is at 9 o'clock is great, but there's times I'm it's like still light out and I'm going to bed.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had some of those moments too, but I think you have to. If you're getting up so early, that still gets you 7 hours, 8 hours.
6, 7 hours. Sometimes on the low end 6, but I aim for 7 and change.
Yeah. So for those listening who are like, I'm not getting up at 4 a.m. Like, I'm not part of the 4 a.m. club either. I'm not, but I am part of the camp where I like to get my workout done in the morning. I like to get the self-care practices out of the way first, because then you're kind of reactive to the day, or not reactive to the day. You can kind of go with the flow of the day instead of reacting to what's happening to it. You're more level-headed. And like you said, if the day blows up and you can't hit your workout, you're not really stressing because you already got it done, right? So I do that too. I love that. The caffeine, so this is a controversy, but not really, already diving into it. The fasting and stuff, I feel like is way better for men. Way better for men than women. So for you doing it, I'm not sitting here like, meh, I hate it. Like, do your thing. If you don't have any stomach discomfort with the caffeine, maybe you're okay. You're not eating like trash all the time. No alcohol, so nothing else is going to tear up your stomach lining, right?
Right.
So that might not be as a big effect as, say, other people who are downing a bunch of tequila, like myself.
Yeah.
How many, I think you posted it, I don't remember when you posted it, but I do remember seeing it. How many years have you been now?
It was 13 years in May.
Amazing.
Yeah,
13 years sober, amazing. And I know a lot of people will say, which is crazy moving to Austin, like Florida is a very big party, like downtown area, right? Like so much drink.
Yeah.
It's and you found your whole crew where you guys like you don't even have that really anymore, right? Like not even.
No, I mean like, you know, a lot of people, a lot of my friends are sober, but I know a lot of people that aren't, and it doesn't matter if like I go out with them, you know, if they drink, it doesn't bother me. You know, I think I know. You know, in the beginning, I tried not to be around that and not to be like out because it's, you know, the common saying is like, you know, you hang around a barber shop, eventually you're gonna get your hair cut. Like,
I like that. I haven't heard of that.
But
yeah,
I mean, like it really doesn't affect me, and you know, Chelsea doesn't really drink. Like she may have a glass of wine here and there, but you know, I say like those people are normal. Like you can do that, and like I'm happy to hang around it. When it gets uncomfortable for me is when I'm around those people, maybe they've overserved themselves and they start to slur or kind of get a little sloppy. It reminds me of me and it makes me uncomfortable, and it has nothing to do with them. I just need to remove myself.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's kind of one of those like we're out.
Your self-awareness is huge there to like realize that.
Because I don't want to, you know, I don't want anybody to get uncomfortable and like blame me for their discomfort, which I know it has nothing to do with me, but like if it gets to that point, I'm like, yeah, time to go.
Time to go.
Yeah, but you know, like I said, you're moving to Austin. I'm so pumped because I told you like our first experience there. I was like, when are we moving here?
Really?
It is so much fun, and I know
it's way more active.
It's very active. Great music scene, great fitness scene, great food scene, great
entrepreneur scene.
Like there is so much going on in that city, and it is exploding. Even like outside of the city, like there's so many good people that I've met in the last couple of years that I've stayed in touch with. That you know, when I go to Austin, I can see so many people, and you're going to be another one of them. Like next time, it's like, you know, I hang out with some guys and play pickleball, and then I'll go run over to my buddy's gym and squash, and then I'll pop by, you know, on it, and then I'll go to, you know, Collective, and everybody's great there. Everybody's welcoming. It's a really, really fun city.
It's funny because I went there last year for a seminar, or the year before, and I didn't like it when I was first there. But I was staying, and we were staying on South Congress in the W, which is a fun area. But we were there for like a conference, so we couldn't really party. Like the food was great. I will say the food was great. I don't know how many times a day I can have tacos, I will say, but you can have them every day and every time. But I didn't love it. I was like, I don't understand why people are getting that thing with Austin. And then my girlfriend moved there, one of my good girlfriends, earlier this year, and I went out twice to visit her for a concert for one, and just Cinco de Mayo to see her new place and get away from South Florida. And I was like, okay, now I kind of understand. There were so many coffee spots that we went to. I thought it was super cool how we have 5 women all do the same thing, different companies, all working together at a coffee shop, helping one another.
Yeah.
And I was like, you will not find that in South Florida. Or like maybe you can, but
it's rare.
I haven't been able to, right? It's very lonely, work from home. So having more entrepreneur, goal-minded people instead of the materialistic superficiality.
You might find that
you get that too.
In some places,
a lot of people are moving there, so it's all going to shift. Yeah. But it's just time for a change, and so
it's a great place to change too.
Yay! Can't wait for you guys to visit.
You're gonna have a great time.
So that's going to be like the next venture, which will be awesome, and we'll be chatting from there.
Yeah.
But as far as like what's next, before we jump into all the, I don't even know what stir the pot stuff we're going to get into.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I'm almost wondering like what you want to talk about, what topics you want to bring up. We had a phone call when we were booking this podcast, and he's like, let's jump into this, and I don't know how long we thought it was.
One of your posts, and it was just something. I was like, oh yeah, she's like all fired up, and I was like, yeah, I want to talk about it.
Can't remember.
It'll come in there.
People get so fired up about the most random, like something I think is so dumb will get the most hate on Instagram or in the comments or Facebook or TikTok because you're on the mall, because I'm a content creator now, I'm not a coach, right? Peanut butter was like a huge one, and I know we were like talking because the bars are made with
I
nut butter.
I commented under it, and I was just like, cool story on peanut butter. Cool, that's awesome. Gut health, I get it. But
that's not even what it was.
Yeah, it's like, how do we dispute, something being, the most consumed item second to coffee? How do we knock that? But whatever, it's fine.
No, that wasn't even.
Silly allergies.
The comments got so crazy. All I remember saying was like, it's not an efficient source of protein, and people were like, the pesticides on the trees, and I was like, what? How did we get here?
Like every other thing It's covered in pesticides, but that's fine.
But it was so crazy, and I was like, let's like leave that there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But as far as like professionally or even personally, like I know you gotta probably have another goal set up. What's your next adventure?
You know, it's interesting. With the fitness side of things, I had a buddy reach out and he's like, hey man, I need some accountability. Can we do a workout in the morning? And I'm like, yeah. And I haven't really, like, I still get up and do my thing. And, you know, I used to get up and run most mornings or bike and when I was training for the Ironman. And then after I got sick, after the last big race, I just kind of like, I don't want to do anything. And like, it's a commitment when you do those things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I might do one, but I just know it's not fair to everything else that I like to do. And, you know, talking to my friends that are serious iron women, Iron man,
Yeah.
an iron athlete, whatever you want to call it. I mean, my buddy basically painted a picture where I was like, man, that doesn't sound like fun for me. Like he's like, yeah, you'll get up and you'll do a 3-hour ride, and then it's so hot down here that, you know, later in the day
It's brutal.
you're gonna hop on your bike, your indoor bike, and you're gonna go for another 3 hours to get your legs used to that volume. And I said, and then the thought of running another marathon, I was like, I will do some sprints. I'll do some fun races. You know, one of my buddies is like, hey, let's do a 5K. And I was like, oh, we'll lightly jog.
Yeah.
And the minute I stepped out there, I was like, I'm going to fucking beat you.
5-minute mile.
Like, we're going to fly and we're going to be done with this in like 17 minutes.
Yeah.
So like there's that level of competition. So like, you know, fitness for me, it's been great. These guys, we meet Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know, 5:15, 5:30 start. We're done, we're in the ice barrel, and the day starts. So I've been really enjoying that kind of latest thing of the last 2 months. In terms of, you know, other fitness goals, I sat on the fence for, you know, trying to train for thinking about the Ironman. I don't think anytime soon that may change because I feel great right now.
Yeah.
For a while I did not feel good, my body was broken. I had a chance to talk with the Iron Cowboy, the guy that did 100.
Of the 100-mile races, those are nuts.
He did 100 Ironman races back to back to back for 100 days straight. And I talked to him down in Miami at the beginning of the year, and I was like, dude,
Just
what?
like screams rhabdo.
All right. I said, what an accomplishment. He goes, I'll be honest with you. He goes, and I've talked about this in public. He goes, I'm still recovering.
Oh.
I've had several surgeries. Mentally, I was not in a good place. It almost ruined this, and I was like, yeah, but you did it. And he
How
said,
long ago was it?
Oh, man,
Had he still been recovering?
I think it was like within like the last couple of years. And
Oh my
it was
gosh.
crazy. The Iron Man people were like, don't call it that because you're not doing it, because he had to find a place to do it. Sometimes he'd, you know, swim laps in a pool, but he was doing the distances and completing them, and he was still doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, how are you gonna tell a guy that did literally
Because they're not going to do it.
Ironman?
Because they're not doing it.
Right. So I think competition, or I think having a goal is great. You know, even with these workouts, like I was telling you before we started this podcast, like, you know, I want to do this workout. If it's a 20-minute workout, I want to see if I can get it down to, you know, 18, 17, 16, and then maybe change it. So I think, you know, those are good. Professionally, you know, we've been really trying with the retail space and trying to get it out there and trying to get to more big box retailers. And I just want to get out there and start traveling some more, and, you know,
Heck yeah.
doing what I did here is just doing demos in stores and meeting people and going to fun cities like Austin or going to Chicago or whatever, and just demoing the product and sharing the story. And you know, we just restarted the foundation back up because we didn't realize when we started the FroPro Foundation several years ago that it was like a full-time job, and both Chelsea and I were like, we don't
have time.
So it was just one of those things where we kind of we did it to help raise money for friends that were raising money because other people like didn't know them, and we just said, all right, if we start something, people donate, we'll just donate whatever we get to this organization. That's kind of how we got it. Was like a passport.
Cool. Yeah.
And then we had someone that was just like, hey, like, I think this could be really something, and I've always in the back of my mind wanted to do this differently, where essentially with the FroPro Foundation, you know, coming out of sobriety is tough, right? You go to these treatment centers, or you just go to you know, some form of fellowship, AA or NA or whatever it is that you're struggling with. You get sober, and then sometimes you're in a really bad place where you don't know what to do, where you've lost the ability. Like, I couldn't go back into a school and teach because they're like, yeah, like, we think you're great, but the parents will be like, who did you just hire? Like,
Yeah.
why did you just hire him? And what?
Especially today with everyone being so touchy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very, it's even
There's a
more,
stir of the pot.
I'm saying it's even more woke than it was back in the day. But I think, what's great about this is, and it's not an original thought. I got it from, I think Portugal, that decriminalized alcohol and drugs. Now that part's not going well for them 20-something years later.
Well,
however,
we see how that's going on the West Coast as well.
Right, but what they did was instead of putting people in jail or whatever, it's like they gave them the opportunity to go to treatment.
Mm.
And then they worked with local, essentially, like if you were a mechanic and you just like were shit on your luck and you got sober and you had nowhere to go and no one to trust, you essentially got the opportunity to go work and someone would cover the cost, so the employee will take on a new employee, train them, mentor them, not worry about it because we're going to step in and cover the
that's
cost.
cool.
And then hopefully it translates to a full-time job with that person in that business in their field of expertise, or that person says, you know what, I'm going to go start my own thing. So I think it's going to provide a second chance or another way for somebody to come out and be like, all right, I need a job. And some people are hesitant. There's some businesses down here that get the whole sober thing and get the whole, let's try and get these people, like there's another brand, Dave's Killer Bread. I mean, he came out of jail, he was a felon, and he started baking and
Amazing,
he built up this company, sold it, but they still employ felons. Coming out of jail, like no one wants to hire that.
That
dynamic, and like it's people buck up and they get a chance to hopefully
get a redo.
Get a redo and do something that they love. And I was like, again, not an authentic idea, but like something I was like, man, we can do that down here, because there's a lot of people like, I don't want to. Again, not to stir the pot. I don't want to go work in a phone room.
That's what this whole podcast is for. Just let it out.
I don't want to go work in a phone room. And nothing wrong with that. I don't want to go.
No, I couldn't either.
I don't want to go work at a job where it's like gray area. Is this legal? Is this not? Do I feel good about this? Because you want to encourage them to do something that feels good, and not be like, yeah, I got this job because it pays me really well, but I'm kind of lying.
Well, a lot of that too is like an escapism, sometimes numbing type of thing, right? A coping, some of the things, right? So if you're going to be stuck within four walls of an office or of a cubicle, like that's just going to enhance even more. So I think even for myself, like a pharmacy, even though I was semi-working with hands, I was stuck in a box for 12 hours a day, right? I needed to escape. Like you need to get out some way when you're dealing with the public. I think doing something that's an activity or even the mechanic thing, like all of that is great. So just having a purpose again is amazing.
Well, I think too, it's, in coming, I was just talking with someone about that. I think a lot of people don't realize, like, if they have a dream of doing something, again, they might have a different situation, kids, going, having a partner, not having a partner, whatever, sick family member, whatever it is, and they're just like, I'm never going to do what I want to do. I'm never going to come out of the box because it's a scary thing.
It's terrifying.
I'm never going to leave this company that's paying me six figures. Six figures, who would have ever thought? I mean, and I'm just speaking from my experience, where I was like, I never knew that. Like, I thought, as a teacher, coming down here from public school or private school, they're like, hey, you're going to start at $45,000 a year. I was like, oh my God, are you serious? You're what? I'm going to get a what? I was stoked. And then it's funny, you talk to guys that are super successful that are retired, and I've like met a bunch of them down here and in my travels, and they're like, what did you do before FroPro? I was like, I was a teacher. They're like, oh, were you tired of being poor? And I was like,
dang.
And they're like, well.
But they're very underpaid in Florida.
Right. Well, anywhere.
Anywhere, but especially in Florida.
And like, I was like, that's harsh. And he's like, why? I say that because, and the guy was like, I say that because one of my family members is a teacher. She busts her ass and she gets paid nothing. And she works, like when you break it down, like teachers go above and beyond and pay for shit that they don't need to. And it's like such an underpaid position. And it's just frightening. Like if you have a skill or a talent, you're an athlete, you're getting paid millions, billions, whatever. That's awesome. That's so great. But like you're entertaining the world. Oh,
entertainment gets paid a lot.
Yeah, and it's do I think that's ass backwards? Maybe.
Yeah.
Do I think a lot of people, if they continue, and even today, like things have changed and the burnout rate is even more. Like I lasted 7 or 8 years before I would,
I lasted 6.
I made some poor choices where I was like, all right, I got to start my life over. But like I was pretty exhausted, even though like I loved what I did.
I think that's the other thing too, is you went into that profession for like following a passion, right? Like you like to help people, you want to teach, and then it's just the society, corporate, whatever of it that made it awful, right? Like I have clients who are teachers and I'm like, what you guys do and deal with on a day-to-day basis, and now with like the parents and all that stuff.
Well, you're dealing with
so much.
It's like Office Space. You have like 3 different things. You deal with administration.
Yeah.
You deal with your coworkers. You deal 4 things.
4
you deal
things.
With the parents
And the
you deal
kids.
with the kids.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's a lot. It's like, why did I sign up for this? But you know, you have a passion for it and you love it. And I know teachers that are still, 20, 30 years in. My brother's in higher ed, and he's always been like a Renaissance man. He does all these different things, but even he's at the point, and he's been teaching remote for years, and doing these different things and challenging these kids to think. And he's like, I can't challenge anymore. I get such static from kids and parents, or parents' ideas in their kids' head of like, you can't ask me that. And he's like, why am I here? He's like, do I just regurgitate? Do I just throw shit up on the wall?
You teach for the test.
That was my biggest beef though, as like you bringing that up. I remember I loved doing shit and like getting everyone involved, and then once standardized testing came, we had to prep. Watching the kids just like come in, open a book, and just like,
it's the worst.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
I don't wish I think it's, again, stirring the pot. I think it's a silly way. But I do think, people need to be accountable. But I think, I was a terrible test taker. Because I would just get so anxious and I couldn't sit still. Like I remember one test, I think and I love Spanish. I love speaking it. I went abroad.
That's amazing.
In high school.
I got
to the end. That was my last test of like, I think junior year. And I remember the disappointment, the look of disappointment on my teacher's face. I walked in there and I filled out everything as fast as I could. I was out of that exam in 10 minutes, and all I cared about was passing. I didn't care about doing well. I said, I'm fucking done taking tests. I passed. Yeah, the only thing I ever sucked at, I had to retake, was earth science. Just because I couldn't sit there and like talk about rocks.
Learn about the volcanoes?
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
I think it goes on both spectrums, because I might be the complete opposite. Obviously, I remember some of the information, but I was also someone who had like loved tests because I got to prove myself almost. But just because you can remember and regurgitate doesn't mean it sticks, right?
Like the little girl with like pigtails in front. Like, I know the answer.
I didn't have pigtails.
Was that you?
But yeah, I was a teacher's pet.
Yeah, I got it.
Until like 5th grade.
Well, that was a funny thing, because 4th grade is right around. I always say 4th grade is right around the time where you see the change in kids. Like I had one kid, it just looked like he like walked in and just literally put out a cigarette butt and walked in.
God.
What's up, Mr. Williams? And I had like the cutest little kids that were like, hey, Mr. Williams, how's it going? Like, oh my God, I had the best lunch today. And I'm like, this is such a weird.
What area was this?
This here.
Yeah, but what school?
St. Andrews.
Okay, so you have East Boca.
Right, but I had like 4th grade kids, and like the age, the same age but a little bit different. Like this dude was, and it's usually the other way around. Like the girls are always like more like aware.
Yeah.
Like this guy was like hanging out and like a bro.
He's seen some things.
Yeah, he had seen some things.
At 10.
And there were these other, like these little cute kids. It was just weird. And like 4th grade, I feel like when they start to figure out that like I can be an asshole. I can be a little shit. And
I feel like boys figure that out way sooner.
Right. I can like push the envelope. And it's great. I mean, it's so funny. Like all those kids that I taught are now, adults. Some of them are getting married. Some of them are working.
Mr. Williams.
It's insane. Like social media. You see what's going on.
It's a great thing and a horrible thing. But have you seen the reels on social media of like the people who test them? Like how many stars does the flag have? And they're like 47.
We were talking about that today. Like the guy that holds his phone up and he asks questions. And you're like,
and there's like yes. Like he tells all of them they're right and they're not right.
But it promotes the exact thing, right? You don't need to know it. You don't need to retain information anymore because you have this.
You do, but
what do you need to retain?
People don't even know how to read a non-digital clock.
What do you need to retain?
I don't know. Just basic life skills?
Yeah.
Like, what if technology goes away?
Back in the day, like, I would come to you and just be like, hey, I have a question. Like, what do you think? And I'd be like, I don't actually need to ask her. And I can go in,
I wish people would Google more things, though. Right, I wish.
But that's the thing. There's a comfort level, like, right, to talk to a professional. But I think you don't, like, I remember doing book reports and having to go to the library and encyclopedias. Like, I still feel old, like, when I got started, there's no Uber. Like, Uber
Oh
didn't
yeah,
exist.
no, and you didn't do taxis either because they were like unsafe. You didn't talk to strangers, and now you ride in cars with strangers.
Right. That meme is great.
You pay for it.
That meme is great, and then the other meme is great. It's like, man, I'm so glad I learned the Pythagorean theorem in tax season because that really helps me out. Geometry is
Yes,
great.
or mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell.
Love it. Yeah.
We might use that a little bit more than other people in context, but
it's funny because I don't feel like you have to retain anything, and I think if you see that what is it, that movie Idiocracy?
Yeah.
And it's just the more we like kind of go down the path we've been going in the United States right now or the world, you're like, wow, this is very similar to that movie.
Another thing that, well, not to like doom and gloom this, but another thing that women are saying is going to be like the future is Handmaid's Tale. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah.
Not great, but the whole women's rights movement thing is getting a little crazy.
Well,
Texas isn't any better than Florida. Not moving to a better state.
There is, I think there's a lot of methods of control that are starting to come out.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I think what kids are missing, even though if you can look it up online, you're still missing the critical thinking skills. Like that's why we learned all that crap at school was critical thinking, not necessarily like regurgitation and memory.
Right.
But there is no critical thinking anymore.
Right.
You don't know what to do if your phone is dead, right? Like people don't know a lot of things. Listen, I'm on my phone all the time. My screen time is unsettling with how much I work from my phone these days, but
that's the difference, right? You're doing something for your career, you're doing something for the entertainment side, you're doing something that promotes your brand and your connection to people. I'm terrible. I don't watch stories. I should say there's a couple people I'll watch because they entertain me, you being one of them.
Nah, he's lying for the show. No, I'm kidding.
Like
my always, 20 stories a day.
No, I know. I'm always like, I wonder what she's gonna do today, and it's like the pelvic thrust on the ground to stop jumping up.
I'm so annoyed with the marketing and the misinformation on social media.
Right.
So much.
But I think it's one of my buddies said it perfectly, and he's an influencer. He does very well and sponsored by a lot of people.
That's awesome.
And he's just like, and the nicest way I don't watch stories because like I create the content, I put it out there, and then I go about my day, and my phone goes away, and his phone is on do not disturb. So if you can catch him, it's amazing. And there's certain times where I know I'm going to catch him here because it's right before he's so routine. But I think that's one of the biggest things is you can use it for harm or you can use it for good, and I try to use it for as much good. And there's times I would
say you use it for good. And you post inspirational, motivational stuff.
And people, I get shit on for that too. And it's just like, are you always like that? I'm like, no. And this isn't a highlight reel. Like I've gone in there and gone on rants. But like, I also put out positive stuff because like that's what I'm feeling. Like I don't like, hey, I wanted to pop on here, guys. Like just
when you're crying.
I wanted to pop on and just be like, this is really awesome. Like I'm not.
I would love, please.
I'm not. I've done some funny videos that even like.
You posted one recently that I was like laughing at, just the audio.
Right, and again, it's fun to reenact some funny videos and make fun content because it genuinely brings me joy. But sometimes it like the way I say it, I think it's funny, but like again,
you'll piss people off.
No, it's not even like stirring the pot, but it can come across as, even though I mean it, it can come across as like, oh shit, and I'm not trying to elicit an oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be like, people don't, we have people that write in sometimes, and I've done those testimonials, like I've read people's reviews of the product or emails, like, and we get them, and you're like, at the end of the day, you don't really realize that there's a person behind the business that you're
people don't
rational.
know. Especially small businesses.
Right, and I've written back to people's comments, I'm like, hey, like, I'm sorry the throw up emoji is your response to my product. Could you maybe describe why and give me some feedback to make it better so that you may have a better experience next time, or maybe try a different flavor.
Yeah.
And I've dealt with that since the beginning. I remember one show I was like wrapped. It was like literally I had cacao, vanilla, and coffee, and I was at a CrossFit event. And this gal came up and she was just like, oh, what should I try? I was like, do you like peanut butter? She's like, I was like, man, it might not be for you. She's like, well, which one should I try? I was like,
they're all peanut butter.
There's peanut butter based, there's chocolate, vanilla, and coffee. And she's like, oh, I'll try the coffee. I said, again, just so you know, there's real coffee in it, and it's going to be like powerful. And she eats it and like kind of like gives a face, and I'm like, what's up? I was like, well, what's going on? She's like, it tastes like crap. And I was like, okay, could
elaborate on what crap tastes like?
And I have a buddy behind me.
Yeah.
Who was supportive. And he's standing there and he's just, I could feel him like clenching. And I
doing it for you.
I did one of these and I was like, it's okay. I said, and me, I like to, you know, it's like when someone like doesn't engage me, like, hi, how are you? How's your day going?
You would have been great in the pharmacy.
Right. But I said to her, yeah, I was like, okay, so it tastes like crap. Could you describe like what you don't like about it? Is it consistency?
Is it bitter?
Is it the grain? Like we used to do coffee chunks, so it was like a crunch. People like it. Yeah, well, it tastes like crap. And I was like, right, no, I got that part the first time you said it. Could you possibly describe the crap you're referring to so maybe I could better understand how to make the product? So
that's the only adjective you're getting.
And she's like, yeah, well, I just don't like it tastes like crap. And I was like,
cool, thanks, bye.
I was like, hey, I appreciate your feedback. And I hope you have a good competition. And, you know, thanks for everything. And I thought my friend was going to knock this person through the wall. And I was just like, dude, you have no idea. People are entitled to it. You know, when you put something out, just like content, people are entitled to respond any way they want.
You're gonna get, I think what something I've learned, in the business realm anyway, it's 2:15.
No, we're good. I was just
okay. Uh-oh.
Yep. Keep it going.
In the business realm, I think, you know, not only is it not easy, and first of all, like doing a product retail versus a service as well, like, you know, you said you went through doubt with bringing out a, what happened?
Oh my God, keep it going.
Is it even recording? Wait, go check and see if we're even recording.
Yeah, we're still good.
Okay, cool. We're gonna, the audio maybe crap on this, guys.
Dude, I've never
What happened?
It went system overload. It stopped at 26 minutes, but we still got it.
We broke GarageBand.
We broke GarageBand. I've never seen that happen, ever.
That's okay.
That's why when I looked,
It'll
I was like,
swap over. I think it'll pick up our voices. If not, we'll be good.
We're good.
But I was gonna say, not only is starting a business not easy in general, in any form, we don't, you know, in any form or fashion, now it's just here for decoration.
Yeah.
But then the kickback and like the thick skin you have to have that you don't anticipate. So either the comments from people on Instagram, the reviews of products, the whatever, like, I don't know if you get physically picked apart because if you post content, but like I do, I'll be like too big one day, I'll be anorexic another day, I'll be this another day, you know?
And I appreciate that. Like, you talk about that.
It's hard though. Like that's been a thing I've had to work through for a lot because you don't want it to hurt your feelings because you're like, I don't even know this person. They don't know me. Who cares? But then you're like looking at yourself like, wait, am I small? Am I like too big? You know, all those things.
Yeah, my buddy does that, and he posts it, and he's like 47, and people just shred him. And he's very, very fit, older guy, and he posts content and abs and everyone's
well,
like,
if you guys post content like that, it's like automatically you're on this stack, right? Like you're on steroids or you're on something crazy
I was
too.
just gonna say that's why he gets crushed. Like, oh yeah, cardio and hard work, try like the the NFR, the trend train, blah blah blah. And then he writes back, he's like, thanks for your
engagement. I say that. I'm like, thanks for engagement. It's making my algorithm go amazing.
Appreciate your response and like keep it coming. And it just promotes his page, like it promotes your page, and you get more and more views, and you get more and more. Oh, what is this up to? It's like the same thing that Liver King did, even though he was actually.
He was actually a liar.
But that was, you know, you can't look away. It's like I always say, it's like the whole thing going on. I don't want to talk politics, but like the whole thing going on in politics right now. If no one watched,
it wouldn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. Like if no one watched the fucking Kardashians, they would go away.
God, I hate them.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, I think it's great that they turn their brand into clothing, into lip care, and whatever it is. They
know how to monetize, man.
Correct. But I'm like, if everyone stopped paying attention, they would go away. Like reality, like the fact, I remember when reality TV, like, I'm older than you, and I remember when reality TV, this is that much older. Yeah, but it sounds weird saying it's like, when my day.
Back in my day.
But I remember when reality TV launched, I was in college. And I was like, I remember I sat there, I was like, what is this Survivor?
Wasn't it like Road Rules and MTV, like real world stuff
like
too? Even that was a little scripted.
That was a little like, you know, that was like teenager stuff. The first like on-air live reality competition. And I remember watching it for 5 minutes and being like, this is fucking dumb. And these people suck. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't watch the news.
No, me neither.
You know,
I can't.
I will watch.
That's probably the best mindset hack or brain health hack ever.
Yeah.
Like, don't watch it.
It's so negative, and it always has been. And it's like, and then you see things like now with like social media where people like Joe Rogan posted. He goes, "Does anybody else find this odd?" And I don't think it was from him, but it was one news channel saying something, then the other.
Oh, they all say it.
And then it was in unison,
multiplied.
and it was like
I've seen it.
100, right? And it's just like, are you not convinced that we are in a place, that was you, not me, are we not convinced that we're in a place of like control?
Oh, 100%.
Right.
And now, like, we've gotten so desensitized to everything that there's aliens and we don't care. Like, nobody even cares.
Yeah.
We're like, cool, can we go?
Cool
Can
story.
we?
Next.
I don't think it's me. Mine's on Do Not Disturb.
Mine was on too.
Nuh-uh, it's on your computer.
Oh my gosh.
Look at, we're killing it.
Do Not Disturb didn't translate.
This is why we did in person, because
Right.
I knew it was going to be crazy.
It didn't
So
translate.
I'll show you how to link it after.
Oh, I'm terrible.
You're not.
Took
You're
that long.
you're older than me, right?
I
The
am.
technology just.
I'm an old guy.
I grew up. Wait, when did we have MySpace and stuff? Probably high school and middle school was AIM and all that.
How old are you?
I'll be 35. What?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh.
I remember getting MySpace and I was like clearly an adult.
Okay.
I was like out of college.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
Okay, you're 7 years older than me. It's
Yeah,
not
right.
that much.
But
But
still.
in technology back then, it was.
Right.
It kind of was.
Right.
Because
Like, I didn't think I could go on Facebook because I thought it was for college kids.
yeah, like when I first had college, it was because I had an EDU.
Yeah. You
Um,
know, someone, I was reading something that you using the EDUs like as an email, like there's something the guy was like saying it's probably like one of the most like it's like the newest thing that people are bringing back using an eat.edu. I was like, I don't understand that.
I lost access to mine, so it's not
I
like.
know, I was baffled by it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
I kind of was like, is this for real?
Now it's more like if you don't have a Gmail account, like who are you? Like what are you? I have an old school Ymail account because it's too old and everyone has it. I can't change it, and everyone's like, "Did you mean Gmail?" I'm like, "No, I meant Ymail." Because
What was your AOL messenger?
Oh God,
I know what mine is.
I had two, but the most recent.
I got your.
Okay, I played basketball, right?
Yeah.
And I liked Allen Iverson at the time as
So
well.
your AI something.
It was, no, I had 03, but it was like Lil Balla with LYL, 03.
Wow. A little ball.
This is, I played basketball.
My wife's was a Gucci girl.
Oh yeah, see?
And my nickname was Hoyt, and my AOL was Hoyt Nuts.
There we go.
It was very inappropriate.
Can you imagine if you're saying that now?
Right.
Like, Matt, what email address do I send our podcast?
It'd be HoytNuts.com. Yeah. That'd be a little inappropriate.
At FroPro.com.
HoytNuts@FroPro.com.
I think the first one I had was like Silver Chick something.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Silver Surfer.
Like, not even, that wasn't even out back then. I think I just liked the color silver.
Mm.
Like, we were just.
Is silver a color or a shade?
Oh God, I think it's a color.
It is a color, right? Because
Yeah.
it's
Because gold is a
White.
color.
white. Yeah, right. Because it's white, black, red, and shades.
I don't know what I'm gonna title this podcast, but
Random shit.
is silver a color?
That's a good time.
I feel like we need to wrap this up in some
Yes.
form or fashion. Okay, so what would you? I like to ask this to people on the podcast now that I have guests, and I've asked all my coaches, so I'm gonna ask you as well.
Yeah.
What is something in the health and fitness industry, whether it be business side, whatever, snack side, or your own fitness, that you think is very heavily understood or misunderstood, that you would like to put out there?
We
the
talked
truth.
about. Yeah, no, I think we talked about that. I think what's misunderstood is like, you know, people coming in and working out really hard and devoting time into the gym and not eating properly. You know,
So that's what you think is like you could just outwork a bad diet type of thing.
yeah, like people think that's you know, I have a client.
We
and-
all do.
and
Just like that.
Recently had a birthday, and I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I said we've been talking about this for 3 years, and I would love to see you actually take some advice. Even refer this person to you. Nothing happened.
I was gonna say
I'm
that.
not even gonna name
Yeah.
names. Random anonymous person. And I just said, you know, you can't not eat and then binge, even if it's healthy food, and eat once a day and then go to bed and think it's gonna be okay.
Especially a woman.
especially a person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, that's I think one of the most misunderstood things, because again, I misunderstood some things for the training that I was doing because I had never trained like that.
Yeah.
Now I know what I can and can't do, and I can definitely go step over the line. I love sweets. I love those things, but it doesn't make me. It feels good in the moment, but it doesn't feel good later.
Yeah.
Like shitting 5 times a day.
I didn't know that's what sweets did to you.
Yeah,
but.
no, I'm saying it's like eating like crappy food. Like my body's like, nope, no, get it out. Like expels it. Like it doesn't like I don't get It's like we've talked about this before, and it's like more common I think for females, right, where you get backed up.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
We do.
I don't have that problem.
Yeah.
But I know when I eat something that's not on the regular, it's this doesn't agree, and it's like an immediate evacuation.
Clients will find that out now. Like they'll switch their diets and then they'll go back to eating how they did, even one meal, and they're like, oh, I had to go like rush to the bathroom. Like you're saying, like, why does that happen? I'm like, well, your body was used to crap, and now you've changed your microbiome a little to the good side, and it's not so inflammatory. That's what surprises me is people like they live in this not feeling so great all the time. That's another thing that baffles me.
And I will think that latest, and we have to stir the pot, is Ozempic.
Oh God.
The shortcut.
Can we talk about this in 7 minutes?
Yes.
That is my stir the pot. That's my stir the top pot.
But I think it's interesting.
Well, especially in Boca.
And I have seen so many people, and it's like, again, another client, I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, but you understand, like, you cannot continue to.
So what do you tell them when they do
just say, hey, I always say, if you're going to try something like that, make sure you go the full distance, right? Make sure if you're going to do that, you're going to change how you eat because that'll assist. But everybody wants a quick fix. And even like a guy I had on the other day who he was a CEO of Pillar's Yogurt, Greek drinkable yogurt. It's incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
He's very fit, and he always is like, one of the topics that came up is like, there are no shortcuts.
No.
And there's no shortcuts in business, and there's no shortcut in relationships.
Definitely not in business.
No shortcuts in the fitness world. It's consistent hard work. Like the fit teas, everything like that. Like, I don't market my product, FroPro, anything other than it's a delicious fucking snack made out of peanut butter.
Yeah.
And like, I tell you when I talk to people, like, well, does it have adaptogens? Does it do this? Does it do that? I'm like, no, it's
They want it to be like athletic greens in a protein bar.
It's a fucking snack. And it's like a great...
It's a healthier snack option.
Little snack that, again, it's not going to replace your meals. It's less than 200 calories. It's just a snack in addition to hopefully eating properly.
Yeah.
And that's all. Like,
no, they want the miracle product, man.
Right. And that's what kills me because I see people come back. Like everybody just came back from being away from the summer, and some people are incredibly different looking in 2 months, and I'm like,
Well, so the Ozempic thing, like you're saying, so even that client that comes to you first and is doing training, right? Most people aren't even doing that. So you have the data that's like, it's gonna have muscle loss because when you're losing so much weight, it's not biased to just fat. Like you're gonna lose muscle, you might lose some bone density, like things are bad when you're losing weight that quickly. But the way to prevent that is high protein and working out. Most people don't do that as it is. If they did, we wouldn't be in as bad of a position maybe as where they think they need something like that. But what I personally am not loving is like you have one camp of Instagram that's like, this is a great medication. And like, let me just say, it is a great medication. It does a lot of metabolic things. It does. We're stirring the pot, but I think people need honesty. It helps a lot metabolically. It really does with cholesterol and insulin resistance. And for people who really need it, there is a subset that need it. It's I want to lose 10 to 15 pounds by next month. I've tried diet and exercise. It doesn't work for me. And I'm like, no, you're just doing the wrong diet and probably exercise for you. That's why it's not working. You're trying keto 800 times a year. This is where you get me on my soapbox. And then that's what they want to do. And they don't want to be on it forever. But it's meant to be on it forever because we're not changing the lifestyle and behavior patterns to keep the results you're going to get. Yeah. So if someone's I instead of just telling people don't get on it, do this instead, I'm like, you're going to do what you're going to do anyway. I know you are. You're not going to listen to me. So now I'm going to be the person that gets you off or shows you how to keep your results when you do get off.
That's great.
So now I've kind of just like changed my you just learn. They're not going to listen. No one's going to listen. Everyone's going to touch the pot, the iron when it's hot, right?
The famous word back in COVID. You have to pivot.
Oh, by the way, let's not get into that, but that might be... If that comes back
again. That'll be an awesome conversation.
Oh, God.
It's already here. You didn't know?
Yeah.
It's back.
Mask mandates, and if they close gyms again and take away all the healthy things...
No. You're moving to a place. You'll be all right.
I don't know. Florida was awesome.
Texas is as hated as much as Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just in general, the way, like, I can't believe they're trying it again.
Yeah.
Are we really doing this again? We didn't learn the first time?
Apparently not. Apparently not.
Alright, and on that note, where can everyone find you, Matt, if they want to follow you, try your products, all the things?
Sure. Instagram, M-W-A-R Williams, M-W-A-R Williams, W-I-L-L-I-A-M-S, or you can find us at FroPro Snacks on Instagram. LinkedIn, very generic name, Matthew Williams, South Florida. If
We're
you're
doing
looking.
LinkedIn now, too. I'll put it in the show notes, too.
I don't like use it as much, but some people do it for the business side of things. Facebook, obviously, South Florida, there's a lot of Matthew Williams, but podcast is on Spotify and iTunes as well. We have the Sun Show, and you can see and hear, you can hear your episode from several years ago, and hopefully when I get to Austin, we'll do another one and really start.
Hopefully you can hear this episode and not just see it.
Right. It's technology, right?
Awesome. Done. Cut.